We're having shrimp tacos. Let's make some homemade corn tortillas. It's way easier than you'd ever imagine. All you need is some Masa Harina. They like to say Maseca on the bag. I don't know what the difference is, but it's Masa Harina. It's really just stone ground corn, almost the consistency of a flour. A little bit of salt. I pre-measured. Here it is. And I'm going to need some hot water. So I have my little pour spout liquid measuring cup ready. This is for liquid. This is for solids. So 1 cup of Masa Harina goes into the bowl. I do the scoop and shake method. If it's a little fuller than we need, that's okay. So here it is. I'm going to dump it in the bowl. I'm going to add my salt. I'm going to whisk it together because that's what the directions say to do. Now I'm going to go get the water going because it says you need warm water. I typically like my warm water to be between 98 and 100 degrees. I'll be right back. All right, it calls for warm water. I use a digital thermometer. I get my water in my measuring cup. I'm shooting for between 98 and 100 degrees, and I'm at about 101 degrees. I'm going to slowly add this in because you probably don't need the whole entire cup. Hang on, I need a little tool over here. I have this neat wooden spurtle. It's a cross between a spatula and a wooden spoon. And that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to pour my water in slowly. It mixes pretty quickly. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second here. Come on over here and take a peek. Yep, that's me. All right, here you go. It's going to come together pretty quick. I'm going to put you on pause while I get it together. Why can't I get you? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Cool. All right, give me a minute. All right, I'm back. So the dough comes together pretty quickly. You don't want it too wet. You don't want it too dry. And then you are going to knead it for just a couple minutes. I do the push and pull method. And the reason you do this is so that the masa and the water come together and the masa starts to soften up and soak up the water so that you have some really lovely tortillas. You don't want to knead it for too long, just a couple minutes. And then we're going to gently drape it in a damp paper towel so while we're working with each piece, it doesn't dry out. Because it will. It'll dry out a little bit. If it does, you're just going to sprinkle a few drops of water on there and it'll be just fine. So here's how it looks. It's like your favorite ball of Play-Doh. It's nice and smooth and it's actually kind of soft. It won't crack too much. And if it does, like I said, just sprinkle a little water on it. Alrighty. I am going to press this out into a little rectangle because I find it easier to cut it into the 8 designated pieces that it calls for. I have this nifty little tool called a bench scraper. It's good for all kinds of things in the kitchen. I like to use it to cut things into, mostly equal portions. So here we go. I'm going to cut this into 8 portions. So that'll give us 8 tortillas. If I don't get them perfect, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Doesn't matter because they're going to be tortillas and we're going to love them and they're going to be filled with shrimp and other good things and they're going to taste great. So here we go. I'll be right back with that damp paper towel. All right, I've got my chunks covered with a damp paper towel. I'm ready to roll these babies out and here is the piece de la resistance of helpful hints. I'm going to use this gallon Ziploc bag that I've cut open on both sides. I do have a tortilla press, but today I'm going to hand roll so that you can see how easy it is to do this if you don't have a tortilla press at home. You're going to lay your bag down. Doesn't matter how you do it. Grab a chunk of dough, roll it into a rough ball, and kind of plop it down in the middle of the bottom side. Fold your bag in half, and then take your rolling pin. I do a little gentle smash first with my hand just to kind of get it going. Kind of looks like this. If there's little cracks in the edges, I just kind of push them together, and then I just gently roll. I roll long ways first, I turn it, I roll the other way, push those kind of crackly edges together. They're never perfectly round. I don't get excited about it because you know what? They're all going in the same place and they're going to taste delicious. I try to get them as thin as possible without them wanting to tear. And if they tear, you know what you do? You roll them back up and you start all over again. It doesn't matter. They do not have to be perfect. All right. Here's what this looks like. Truth be told, the thinner, the better. They cook better. I'm going to push pause and take you over to the stovetop. Alrighty, I am heating my skillet. It's a little heavier bottom skillet over medium-high heat. And I'm going to hold this flat in the palm of my hand, and I'm going to gently peel back the top of the bag. And then I'm going to flip it over so that the tortilla is laying on my hand, which I have my fingers spread wide open, and I'm going to gently peel off the bag so it looks like this, and I am going to literally plop it into the skillet. I cook this for about 1 minute on this side. Then we're going to flip it, and we're going to flip it even again, so stay tuned. I fibbed. We cooked this first side for about 10 to 15 seconds. We really just want to get it set. Then we're going to flip it over and let it cook for 1 minute. It does something inside of there, and it makes it get all puffy and beautiful while it cooks. Alrighty, I've cooked it for a minute, and now I'm going to flip it. I'm going to bring you over here so you can see. There it is. Look at the magic happening. You can actually see it starting to bubble. That's pretty cool. All right, we're about ready to pull this baby out of the pan. It's looking nice and toasty brown. I'll hold it up to show it to you. Gonna let it cook for just a few more seconds, and I do this thing. This is how I keep mine warm until we're ready to eat. I have 2 towels. The top one is folded in half, the bottom one is folded just like this. I take my tortilla out of the pan. Get my pan off the heat, and I gently put that into the towels. It is going to just kind of keep it warm and steamy, and when we're ready to eat, it's just going to be the perfect tortilla. They don't tear, they don't break apart, they are absolutely perfect. Let's see if I can show you one more. Dough, roll into a ball, right in the middle of your plastic. We're gonna plop that down, Give it a nice gentle smash with our hands, kind of try to make it even. Push together any of those edges that might have a little crack. Gently roll. Top to bottom, side to side, maybe a little circular motion. We're not really worried about it. Again, they're all going in the same spot and they're all going to taste super yummy, so I don't get real excited about it. The more rustic, the better. That's what I say. Remember, we're going to plop them on that warm skillet over medium-high heat. You can adjust as needed when you're cooking them. This one is definitely not round, and that's okay. Here it is. Let's head over to the stovetop. Here we go. We're going to gently peel that top side off. Plop it into our empty hand. Gently peel off the other side. Remember, if you make a boo-boo and it doesn't work out and doesn't peel off, all you gotta do is roll it into a ball and start over. We're gonna plop it right into that skillet. 15 seconds on this side. Then we're gonna turn it over and cook it for a minute. After that minute, we're gonna flip it again. And anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds on that side. We're at about 9 seconds. We're almost ready to flip. Remember, we're just doing this to set. It's nice and floaty in the pan. Getting that masa all warmed up. All right, there we go. 1 minute. All right, we are about ready to flip this baby over. Actually, use my microwave timer. Here we go. It should start to bubble up. A little bit of air pocket formation will start to happen. We're going to get some crispy brown edging. And I'm going to show you. I'm so excited because look at it bubbling up. Look at that. That's so cool. I love when that happens. It's pretty magical. And then we're going to flip it back over again. Give it a little push. That air escape. Man, oh man, that gets me so happy when it does that. All right, we're gonna flip it one more time. Gonna give you a little peek. Got some nice crispy browning on it and all around the edges. When it's finished, I will put it over there into its happy little cozy towel warmer spot, and I'll see you at dinner.